All right. Of course, I mentioned earlier that users are expected to install their own software. So, of course, I need to show you the steps of installing your own software. Um, these are the steps that you'd follow if you wanted to install this particular version of R, for example. Start in your home directory. Use cd to go to your home directory. Use wget to download the tar.gz file for whatever software that you want to install. Unzip and expand that directory, and then set your environment up the way you need it for compiling your code. If you need GCC compilers, if you need Intel compilers, if you need particular libraries, and load all that stuff, and then begin the process of installing your software, compiling the code. In this example, I'm going to cd into the R directory, the directory that I created when I unzipped this tar file. And then I'm going to run the configure command, and I'm going to specify the prefix. This is how you specify where you want your software to be installed. This is a typical example. It's not always going to work this way, but this is the way most software installations proceed. You'll have this configure script, and you can pass a prefix to that configure script to tell the software where to be installed. And then you run the make command, and you can, if your particular package can do this, the make command can be executed in parallel. It can be parallelized to some extent with this -J option and then specifying a number of threads. And that process will actually compile and link your code. And then this last step, make install, is what you do to take all the compiled, finished binary code and libraries and whatever, and move them to their final destination. That is, go ahead and install them in this location that you specified with your prefix. That's what the final step does. So that three-step procedure, configure, make, and make install, is very common for lots of Linux software that you'll be installing. You can follow this procedure to install R, and the same general procedure will work for a lot of different packages. After you've installed that software, you then need to set your environment for using the software. In this example here, within my .bashrc file or within my job script, I'm adding to the path variable, and I'm adding the location of my new software installation to my existing path. The syntax I'm using here is very important. I'm prepending this location to my existing path. You don't want to eliminate your existing path. You need that. You don't want to lose all those locations where Bash searches for programs. You're just adding this new location to the beginning of that list. And in addition to that, you may need to add an entry to your library path. It's kind of the same thing as the executable path, but this is just for where libraries will be located. And that's it. Once you've set those things, if you modify your bashrc, of course, you need to source your bashrc or just log out and log in again for the changes to take effect. Additionally, you can just set this environment in your job scripts. That's actually something that I've been doing. Rather than cluttering up my bashrc file and making all these environment settings stick no matter what I'm doing, I instead just put the module add commands and export commands in my job scripts. And so my job environment is set properly, and my regular login environment remains clean.